Hey everybody, this is Captain Yeet here for you for one of the Young Justice Outsiders episode review. This is going to be Young Justice Outsiders Season 3, Episode 10, titled Exceptional Human Beings, so let's get into it. So the beginning of the episode starts off with Batman, Katana, and Metamorpho all going to Santa Prisca for a stealth mission, and Oracle tells them specifically, since this is a stealth mission, to have comms on a minimum, specifically talking to Metamorpho because he likes to talk and joke around. And this is what he looks like. He's a new character in the Young Justice franchise. I don't know too much about Metamorpho. All I know is him from this episode. I don't think he shows up too many more times in the series, in this season or the next season. But I only really know him from this episode and from the Superman movie that came out last year. From what I know of him, I don't know how he gets his powers, but I do know he can turn into like stuff like rock and mist and stuff like that. But in this episode, he was like just stretching his limbs normally. I don't think he's supposed to do that, but I don't know. I know in the movie people kept saying that they kind of amped up his powers a lot. Like the stuff he was doing in the movie, he should be able to do, at least on that scale. So, I mean, I guess they're just taking liberties with his powers. Anyway, after that, we get the title card. After the title card, we see the bat plane go over to Santa Prisca. They jump out the plane. I did think it was kind of cool the way Metamorpho stretches out his arms to grab two tree limbs, and Batman and Katana grab his legs. He stretches them out, and he lay on the ground safe and sound. And I wound up walking around Santa Prisca. Batman goes this way, Katana and Metamorpho go the other way. Then we go over to Detroit. When we go over to Detroit, we see this black scientist working on something, and then he gets a phone call from his son, Victor Stone, which, as we know, is Cyborg. Booyah! You know, my boy. We get to see Cyborg, but he's not Cyborg just yet. He's still in it. That's not Cyborg, that's the dad. He's not Cyborg just yet. He's still in his regular, human form before the accident. And his dad, man, his dad stinks. I mean, his dad stinks so bad because he calls him and he goes, "Hey, Dad, I'm just calling you because when I woke up this morning, you were already gone, and I just want to make sure you know that I have a football game tonight." He goes, "Yeah, I know, son. I'm gonna be there." He goes, I know, but you said that last time, and the time before that, and the time before that." He gets mad and says, "I'll be there." "Okay, Dad, I was just," and then he just hangs up. No, no, sorry. I think he finished his sentences, then he hangs up, but still, it's like, come on, man. Like, you can't get mad at him if you always say you're gonna be there, and then you don't. Like, this is kind of ridiculous. But anyway, this is what Victor looks like. I know that's like the main story with Cyborg, that how his dad acts before the accident. And even because Young Justice, he kind of has the same storyline. I don't know how it is in the comics, but he kind of has the same storyline like in that one movie, Justice League War. You ever seen the animated movie? To where his dad was neglecting him and stuff, and after the accident, he was all nice to him, paying attention to him. I was like, what? You can't this does not make him look good at all. He only started to pay attention to him, and paying yeah, he only started paying attention to him after the accident when he's like this cyborg. Well, when he's like a cyborg, he is a cyborg, with all this machinery. But beforehand, it looked like he wanted nothing to do with him. Where's the mom? I'm assuming either the mom left or she died somehow. I don't know. But yeah, he hangs up the phone. Then he gets a phone call from. Well, I always said he looked like John Henry because he has the sledgehammer and everything. And the dad actually does call him John Henry, the Iron Man suit type of Superman that uses a sledgehammer. Anyway, he says that they're going to be giving him the father box, and he tells him to be careful. All they know of the father box so far is that it's pure evil, and it seems to have the ability to heal parademons and their technology. Now, the dad says that technology isn't good or bad, it's only good or bad depending on who's using it, which is true, but this isn't regular technology. Now, he doesn't say this part. I was thinking to myself, this isn't regular technology. This is like new Genesis mother boxes, apocalyptic father boxes, so they are good and evil. Like, this isn't just normal technology on Earth. But anyway, he just tells him to just please be careful when you're like tinkering with it to figure out how it works. And then the camera pans out, and it's revealed that he's the scientist that the night we then were talking about, that they gave that Reach technology that's supposed to be some sort of meta-human, not conspiracy, but failsafe. Like, this is supposed to protect us from the meta-humans. Then we go over to Katana and Metamorpho sneaking around with Santa Prisca. Now, while they're sneaking around, we get to see Metamorpho use his abilities in some really cool ways. So specifically, we see some random soldiers walk by them, but you don't see them on screen. Like, where are they? He turned into a trash can and had Katana inside of him. That was cool. That was really cool. Like, I know he can do this kind of stuff to like turn himself into a trash can and stuff like that. Or there was another scene to where he turned himself into a pile of mud and a dude stepped on him, and then when he turned back into his regular human form, he had like a foot dent on his chest. He had to like blow inside of his body like Luffy in Gear 3 to get it out of him. Like, I know he can do cool stuff like this. This is really cool. Like, look at this. Like, he has the foot dent, so he has to wah, to get it to fix it. That's dope and that's really funny. So we go over to, oh, is that Happy Harbor? Really? I didn't know that. Sorry, you know, every time we go to a new location, there's like that little text at the bottom that says where it is and the time and place. But Superboy and McGann's house is at Happy Harbor. That's kind of nice. I didn't know that. That's cool. But anyway, I had no idea. I probably should have said this earlier because we went to the house so many times before now. But we go over to their house. They both waking up. She's in the bathroom. Superboy's in the bedroom. He's stretching, and they both say that they have a completely free day. McGann has no patience to go see. He doesn't have any machines to fix. So let's do something together. Let's go get a bite to eat. She says, "So, what are you gonna wear today?" "What am I gonna wear?" "The usual." "Why? What are you wearing?" "Nothing." And his little boy usually runs inside the bathroom. She says that, "You come on, we can't do this. Don't you have the meal with Nightwing? He can handle himself." Then we go over to Nightwing, and he's just training Brion, Halo, and Forager. And Forager's skin, you can see the redness starting to come back to it, so he's gonna look regular and pretty soon. I don't know how long. I don't know how much time has passed since last episode and this episode, but he's gonna be back to normal pretty soon. But while they're training, they're trying to hit Nightwing. And at Nightwing, he's able to easily maneuver out of their attacks, to dodge them, maneuver them, the whole shebang. I do like this one part to where Brion is coming from one side, Forge is coming from the other side. Nightwing jumps up in the air, and they slam into each other. Just, outclassing them in every way possible. Like it was just too nasty. Anyway, Halo, she flies over to Brion to tell her, "Hey, Brion, look, I'm not falling as much anymore." And he goes, "Wow, that's exceptional. Although you're exceptional." That was a cute little scene. Anyway, Halo gets flustered and she falls off the sky onto the ground. They do a timeout to make sure she's okay, and Brion tries to help her up, but he's still really hot from turning into lava just moments earlier, so he burns her hand. Now, over there, as we know, she can heal herself, and he goes, "See what I tell you? Exceptional." Boy thinks he's smooth. He thinks he feels smooth. We pan over to Dr. Chase and Black Lightning watching the training, and Black Lightning brings up what she said last episode. When Lobo was attacking everybody, she specifically told Black Lightning to protect her kids. And he's like, "What is that about?" She just feels a really good connection with Halo and Brion, and she just wants what's best for them. And he goes, "Yeah, I know. Me too." Then we go back over to Katana and Metamorpho. So while they're sneaking around, they run into Lady Siva. Now, not run into like they're face to face, but they're climbing the trees and they notice her off to the side training some random recruits. Well, not random. Well, yeah, actually, never mind. I guess, I guess these are just, aside from one, these are just some random recruits for the Shadows. Now, whilst he's training them, Oracle can see, what Katana sees with her little contact links, and she goes, "Whoa, that's Lady Siva, the most dangerous woman on the planet. You can observe her, but from a distance. Make sure you don't run into her. Please don't. Please don't run into her. It's going to be a big problem." Now, once he says this, a helicopter flies by. And when the helicopter flies by, Lady Siva tells all the recruits to go back to their quarters besides from one, and they're walking over to where the helicopter is. And when this happened, Oracle's like, "Huh, actually, keep an eye on her. But from a distance, just to make sure from a distance, please do not try to fight her. That's gonna be a big problem." So that's what they do. I just like that one shot of both of them looking to the side, like, "Huh, wonder what's going on here." Yeah, that is. Oh, I like that. And Katana, I know about her because, well, honestly, the only thing I ever seen her in was the first Suicide Squad movie that came out like, what year was it? I know it was in middle school. I know it was in middle school when that movie came out. But the first Suicide Squad movie, I remember that's when I seen her in the first time. I looked up at her lore and I thought she was really cool. And then I guess the only other thing I really seen her in is this. I know she was in that DC Superhero Squad Girls. No, I said that wrong. It was DC Girls Superheroes. Oh man, it's been so long since I watched that. But I know she's in that. But I didn't really watch that show too much. But I did kind of like it. But yeah, I can't remember. I forgot how it was worded. But you know what I'm talking about. I know she's in that. Anyway, Katana and Metamorpho follow Lady Siva over to this gigantic structure in the middle of the jungle. Now, this is surprising because the last time we were here, this was not here. So they're gonna go inside to see what's inside, but Oracle tells them not to because Batman is already on the scene. We go back over to Brion training. Well, not just Brion, but Brion, Forger, and Halo training with Nightwing. They take a break for the day, and Brion gets really mad yelling at Nightwing. And he's just saying the same thing he's been saying for the past few episodes. I know I sound like a broken record. I like Brion, but it's this specific part of his journey and story was just so annoying. Now, like I said before, over and over, if my sister was kidnapped and forced to be like an agent for these bad people, I would be mad too. I want to find her as soon as possible. But you have to take patience. He has a temper to him, so obviously patience isn't his strong suit. But you need patience. He starts to yell at Nightwing, how come we're not following up the lead on Santa Prisca? Like Nightwing's been saying before, for the past few episodes, it is not confirmed she's on Santa Prisca. That's number one. Even if she is, you are not ready to go to a place like Santa Prisca. A place like Santa Prisca would be just like Infinity Island. And when you went there, you nearly died. And I mean, yes, he's gotten better in his abilities in fighting, but he's not ready for that kind of place. And Nightwing also says, I love this line. He says, how do you know that that lead isn't being followed up on as we speak? He goes, are you keeping me in the dark? I'm keeping you in the dark for your own. Well, no, I say sorry. He doesn't say in the dark, but he goes, I do what I do for the safety of you and your sister. Now, either you trust me or you don't. And Brion bites down. And I'm like, see, like you don't know. Like you're such a hothead to where he's not telling you any more information. The last information he told you, you went straight to Infinity Island. I'm like, what? Like Brion, I like Brion a lot, but this part of his story, I was like, oh my goodness, again. What is your problem? Like, it was just so annoying. Anyway, we go over to Batman. He's sneaking around inside the rocks of this gigantic structure, and it turns out the helicopter had Deathstroke in it. When he walks out, he starts to talk to the random recruit that Lady Siva has, and it turns out that the random recruit is Vandal Savage's daughter that we saw. What was it? 2 episodes ago, or three? About 2 or 3 episodes ago. Vandal Savage's daughter. Now C specifically says what happened to the Markov girl, obviously mentioning Tara. He goes, oh, she couldn't cut it here, but see somewhere else. Hopefully, who has her now can have better use for her. She goes, that's a pity. I kind of liked her. Deathstroke tells her that in this kind of line of work, you shouldn't grow attached to too many people or anybody at all. She goes, I understand. And then she's dismissed and she walks away. So that's confirmed that Tara isn't even here. See, Brion would have came here going crazy for nothing. Like you got to take your time and patience. So sorry, it's just so ridiculous, man. Like, come on. So anyway, we go. Well, no. Sorry, we don't go back anywhere. We stay with Lady Siva and Deathstroke. So Deathstroke asks Lady Siva, how's it been training her? She said that she is really exceptional into adapting and training of all the combat stuff, which makes sense given her heritage being Vandal Savage's daughter. He goes, yeah, I bet. And she also said that Vandal Savage specifically told her not to take it easy on her just because he's the boss's daughter, which makes sense. So Deathstroke mentions, hey, how is it really hard? Well, not really hard. He goes, I bet it's hard juggling two jobs because it's revealed that she's the leader of the League of Shadows now, and that she's also the new enforcer of the light. And also, I guess Deathstroke kind of run Santa Prisca with in a training regimen with Bane on Santa Prisca, but he had to go do something, so Lady Siva came to step in. Now she goes, don't disrespect me. He goes, what? I meant no disrespect. She goes, I know. If you can handle doing both things at the same time, then I can too. If I ever feel disrespect, you would know it. And I'm like, what is your problem? I mean, I kind of get what she's saying that if you can do it, I can do it, but at least in his voice of tone, it did not sound like he was trying to be cocky or mean to her in any way. He was just saying, it must be a lot running the League of Shadows and doing this job too. So, it's a lot to juggle. People like this is like so high and mighty. Like, calm down. I was just making conversation, Like, geez, like being ridiculous. And we go back over to Cyborg. Well, sorry, he's not Cyborg. Yeah, we'll call him Victor for now. Or we go back over to Victor, and he's in a locker room getting ready for the game. While he's getting ready for the game, two of his teammates are talking about what they would do if they woke up with superpowers. And specifically, one teammate said that he'll ask out Wonder Woman. It was kind of funny, especially since obviously his boy is like, "What? why would Wonder Woman want to go out with you? Even if you did have superpowers, what makes you think she would just go out with you? He goes, because my power is to charm her. Duh. It just sounded so stupid. So they asked Victor, hey, what would you do if you woke up meta? He goes, I'm getting ready for the game. Yeah, we know, but come on, like just trying to answer it. And this scrawny kid comes to the side, holding a bunch of towels, and he goes, hey, I'll ask Zatanna. She's really pretty. And oh yeah, also the really big buff guy, he sounds just like Cyborg from Teen Titans. That gotta be his voice actor, which is kind of funny since he got the same build as him, and also he's talking to the guy that's gonna become Cyborg. He's his friend, so that's kind of funny too. That gotta be the voice actor though. If it's not, then that's a good copycat, but that gotta be him. And also, oh no, actually, that's later on in the episode. I'm gonna hit it myself. But yeah, the scrawny said the scrawny sorry, the scrawny kid said they ask Zatanna. And the cyborg sound alike, he knocks the towels out of his hand, calls him a chump, pushes him on the floor. He tries to get up. The other kid kicks him down. I'm like, what is their problem? What's the need for all that? Now, Victor sees this. He gets mad at this, but he just walks right past. I'm like, I would have got on him and helped him up. Like, that was really jacked up for him to do. Like, geez, like, what is their problem? That's the scrawny kid in the middle I was talking about. Like, that was, what is that? Like, geez. Anyway, back over here. Okay, so after that happened, we go back over to Santa Prisca. It's nighttime now because it was daytime when they got there. So Batman is talking to Oracle. Oracle specifically says that the plan is for all three of them to sneak aboard a boat that's going to ship out some venom and just sneak off board whenever it gets to the docks. But then Batman hears a voice when it gets to the docks on Santa Prisca, and it's Bane. He goes, Batman! No one, and I mean no one, gets on or off Santa Prisca without me knowing. Batman goes, yeah, that's true. Besides from, well, me, Metamorpho, Katana, Kid Flash, Aqualad, Miss Martian, and then Bang gets really mad and starts running towards him to fight. Then we go over to Artemis's house. So Artemis is gonna sign up Oracle. I mean not Oracle. Artemis is gonna sign up Halo for high school. But obviously, when she's signing her up, she needs a name. So she's typing in Violet. She needs a last name. Violet's like, how about ice cream? That's not gonna work. She does bring up her last name, Croc, but it doesn't sound too good. And she goes, yeah, I never liked my last name. But Red Arrow, he's a nice guy. He goes, hey, you just take Harper. Like, that's a really sweet thing for him to do. So they're gonna write down Violet Harper. Now, bleh, sorry, so many characters. Season three is add more and more and more. I get tongue tied a little bit. Um, Red Arrow, he notices something outside and specifically says, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. When he goes outside, it's Chester. She was watching him from afar, and he tells Chester, hey, it's a lot warmer inside. You should come inside, meet your daughter and every. Well, not meet your daughter if she met her daughter, but come say hi to your daughter since they haven't seen her in so long. And she goes, no, I just came to say goodbye. I'm not cut out for this life, the whole soccer mom thing. He goes, come on, Chester. She needs you. I need you. And she never played soccer before. She goes, you know what I mean. Both of you are better off without me. This is the last time we're going to see each other. Now, Red Arrow was like, what? You can't really mean that. I mean, you're here for a reason. You're here watching us because deep down you have a feeling that you would want to, try to be with us. But she says no. She starts to cry and then she runs off. And this just had me so mad. Like, you guys have no idea how mad I was when this happened. Because I was like, are you kidding me? Last season, she was like, we have to be a family. Come on, Red Arrow. You have to get back on your feet. We have to be a family for her. She needs both of us. Now, I get what she's trying to say. Because apparently, between last season and this season, she tried to go straight. Now, last season, season two, it seemed like she was still doing the villain stuff while taking care of her, but I guess obviously that's a bit too dangerous, so she tried to cut it off completely. She just couldn't do it, and that's why she ran away. But I'm like, come on, like I mean, I guess you can still do the villain stuff and be a mom for her like you were doing back in season two. But I mean, I guess that is a little dangerous to do that kind of stuff and have a child, especially since they can use that for leverage against you. So I was just so mad because last season she was like, we have to, like, she kept saying she needs both of us. The daughter needs both of us. And then she just walked away. She said that her and Red Arrow should just move on. And I was like, oh my goodness. I really hope, well, It doesn't happen this season or next season, but I really hope to get back together in the season. What would be the next season 5? Because next season, season 4. I really hope so. It's not confirmed Young Justice got a new season just yet, but I really hope they do get another season. Cause come on, man, this like the cliffhanger for next season. We need a new season, please, please. We need a new season. But Chester, she just runs away. That's sad. I really hope they get back together, man, because they were a good couple. We didn't get to see much of them being a couple, but I like them together. That was cute. Hopefully they come back together. So after that, we come over to Batman and Bane fighting. And while they're fighting, Batman mentions, so no Venom. He goes, no, Venom was a crux. I was able to find my true strength without it, which is kind of cool. It's kind of sad though because it's Venom. It's kind of cool that that's one of Bane's main thing is Venom, and we never really get to see Bane even use Venom that much throughout the series because we never really get to see much of him. I mean, he was in season 1 a decent amount, season 2 not really at all, barely in season 3. I think this is the first time we saw him in season 3. So, and it also kind of sucks we never got to see him use a regular Venom because regular Venom is green. Every time he was using Venom since we first saw him was red. I'm like, where's the green Venom? Where's the green veins and stuff? Like we didn't get to see regular Venom. That kind of sucks. But yeah, he's able to, and plus, he doesn't need it. But he, it is a boost because he can fight Batman one on one even without it. But it is a really good boost, fighting Batman. But yeah, so he's fighting Batman toe to toe. Metamorpho and Katana, they run over to the side to help him out. Now, when this happens, Lady Siva and Katana, I mean, no, sorry, Lady Siva and Deathstroke both show up. So now they're about to do a 2v2. Lady Siva and Katana about to fight, and they do it very, very traditional. They both walk over to the side, they both bow to each other, bring out their blades, and start to fight. Now, while they're fighting, Lady Siva has a really big black sword. She specifically says that her swordsman skill is a lot better than hers, but her blade, Katana's blade, is a lot better than her blade, so she will take it. And this is a little bit of the fighting that we get to see with the sword play with Lady Siva and Katana. Really cool. I love sword play so much. So then we go over to Metamorpho fighting Deathstroke. Deathstroke lights him up with a ton of bullets. It's Metamorpho. He's able to easily just make his body rubbery, contain all the bullets and fling them back out. Well, actually, he doesn't fling them back out like Luffy. He flings them out, but they just kind of drop at his feet. He doesn't fling them back at Deathstroke. That would have been kind of better to do than what he did. But Deathstroke is a little bit annoyed because bullets aren't working on him. So he goes, okay, how about this? And Metamorpho turns into mist. Deathstroke can't. Oh, no, actually, he calls him, what is he? It's Strokey. He says, that's just the tip of the iceberg, Strokey. Metamorpho's funny. So, Metamorpho, he turns into mist. Deathstroke can't hit him at all until he brings out a little mini bomb. It explodes. Metamorpho starts to scream, and he goes, it hurts. Deathstroke goes, it hurts, doesn't it? And he goes to stab him because when he starts to scream, he turns into like his regular body, but it's more grotesque and monster looking like. So I guess he morphs his body constantly to look more regular. And Metamorpho goes, "Yeah, no. Let me let me tip you in on a secret. I'm in near constant pain all the time. I just learned to adapt." So I don't know in the what's it called in the movie. He didn't really say that in the Superman movie from last year. So I guess regular Lord Metamorpho is in constant pain because of the way he looks. I don't know how he gets his powers. So probably look that up. I really, I really hope it doesn't become a what's it called, Wonder Girl situation. I kept telling myself every week because I was like, even back when the season first came out, I was like, how does Wonder Girl get her powers? I'm so confused. And every week that she was in an episode, I kept saying that during season 2 until the very last episode of season 2. I finally looked it up on my phone and I said, I kept telling myself I'm gonna look it up when I'm done recording, and I kept forgetting. I hope this doesn't turn to a Wonder Girl situation. But I guess however he got his powers, he's in near constant pain all the time, which really sucks. It really sucks. But I mean, hey, he adapted, so I guess that's good too. So we go over to actually, let me make sure I'm getting this right. Am I getting this right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We go back over to Batman and Bane fighting, and while they're fighting, I mean they're going crazy, boy, punching each other, glancing and stuff, and everybody just keeps on fighting. Until eventually Oracle's like, well, our cover's already blown, so we might as well go out with a bang. So as he brings over the Bat Jet, so he blows up a bunch of anti-missiles. Well, not anti-missiles, but they have missile launchers on stuff the preschool, so people can't just fly over here just easily. I mean, they did, but they did it in a more secret way. It was more cooler. So they blow him up. Just like a little pole comes out of the what's it called? The back jet, and Metamorpho stretches out his arms to grab it, and then Batman and Katana grabs his legs, and then they fly away. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Once they leave, we get this really dope shot of Bane, Lady Siva, and Deathstroke all standing together, which is really dope. I love this shot. If I can find a good shot of it, I'll probably make this the thumbnail. I hope I can make a good shot of it. Or not make, but get a good shot of it. And then after that, oh, wait, let me get this. Boy, you can't tell me this wasn't a dope shot. I mean, this was cool. This was so cool. I love this shot so much. I mean, that was dope. So after that, we go over to Victor. He's at an ice cream shop with his friends after the football game. They won the football game. A little motto they say is "Booyah" the whole school. So that's a cool little way to integrate Booyah into his character. And when he's seeing everybody with their parents, he looks at his phone. Not even a text message for why his dad didn't show up. Now he kind of knew his dad wasn't going to show up to his game, but at least have an explanation or something. Nothing. Nothing at all. So although he feels really bad. A scout comes over and tells him he did really good tonight. He goes, "Yeah, I know, but it was a team effort." He goes, "I love that you say that, and I love you have to say that. But man, you were amazing tonight. If you keep this up, you're gonna have a 4-year scholarship to any school that you want. And hey, you should come to my school just in case you want to come here." He goes, "Wow, really, sir? Well, I would love that. I know you would." When he walks away, we go over to his dad. He got the father box now. I just hate how old Hal Jordan looks now. I mean, it makes sense, it's been years, but still, that's my favorite Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. I love the Green Lantern the animated series. You ever watch that? That is such a good show. And he just looks so old now. Man, it kind of sucks how old he looks. But yeah, that happens, and that's the end of the episode. The after credit scene is Artemis's dog eating food. That is it. That's it. That's the after credit scene. So yeah, that's about it for Young Justice episode 10 Outsiders. This is the last shot I want to show. Cyborg, oh, Victor holding up the football. Sorry about that. And that's about it. So, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Thank you all for watching. I think all of them be women, human beings, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. All right.